In today's world, it feels like every industry is saturated. No matter what you sell, whether it's products, services, or ideas, there are countless competitors vying for the same customers. So, how do you stand out? How do you build a brand that not only gets noticed, but is remembered, trusted, and chosen? The answer lies in brand equity, the intangible value that makes customers pick your brand over others. Building brand equity in a crowded market isn't easy, but it's absolutely possible. In today's video, we're going to talk about why brand equity matters, the challenges of building it in a saturated market, and the steps that you can take to create a brand that rises above all the noise. So let's get started right now. Building brand equity is especially challenging in saturated markets. Here is why. First off, there is fierce competition. When dozens or even hundreds of brands are offering similar products or services, it's hard to differentiate yourself. Customers are overwhelmed with options, and standing out becomes a major hurdle. The second is price-driven decision-making. In crowded markets, customers often default to choosing the lowest priced option. Without strong brand equity, it's difficult to command a premium price or inspire loyalty. And the third is short attention spans. Today's customers are bombarded with marketing messages every single day. If your brand doesn't capture attention quickly and effectively, it could get lost in the noise. So what happens when your brand lacks equity in a saturated market? Well, first off, you're going to be competing on price alone. Without brand equity, you're stuck in a race to the bottom where price is your only differentiator. This erodes margins and makes it harder to invest in growth. The second is low customer retention. When customers don't feel an emotional connection to your brand, they're more likely to switch to the competitors. Loyalty becomes transactional rather than relational. And the third is weak market positioning. In crowded markets, brands without equity struggle to carve out a meaningful place. Over time, this can lead to stagnation or even failure. The good news is that brand equity isn't just for big players. Even in saturated markets, smaller or newer brands can build equity by focusing on what makes them unique and valuable. Here's how. Step number 1, define and communicate your unique value proposition. Start by identifying what sets your brand apart. Maybe it's your quality, your customer service, or your sustainability efforts. Once you've defined your UVP, communicate it consistently across all your consumer touchpoints. Step number 2, build emotional connections. Customers choose brands that they feel connected to. Use storytelling to highlight your mission, values, and the human side of your brand. Whether it's through ads, social media, or customer interactions, make people feel something when they think about your brand. Step number 3, invest in customer experiences. Your brand is only as strong as the experience that it delivers. From the moment customers discover your brand to the post-purchase interactions, ensure that every touchpoint reflects your values and exceeds their expectations. Step number 4, leverage social proof. In saturated markets, trust is a key driver of brand equity. Showcase testimonials, reviews, case studies, or endorsements to build credibility and demonstrate why others choose your brand. And step number 5, stay consistent. Equity isn't built overnight, it requires consistency. Ensure that your messaging, visuals, and customer experience aligns with your brand's values at every step. Let's look at Patagonia as an example of a brand that has built incredible equity in a saturated market. The outdoor apparel industry is highly competitive, but Patagonia stands out because of its unwavering commitment to sustainability. Their UVP is clear: high quality, environmentally responsible products. But it's not just what they sell, it's how they connect with their customers. Through storytelling, advocacy, and initiatives like the Don't Buy This Jacket campaign, Patagonia has built a loyal following of customers who share their values. The result? Patagonia doesn't compete on price. Customers are willing to pay a premium because they trust the brand and feel connected to its mission. Building brand equity in a saturated market might feel like an uphill battle, but it's one of the most rewarding investments that you can make. By defining your unique value, creating emotional connections, and delivering exceptional experiences, you can rise above the competition and build a brand that customers choose again and again. Remember, brand equity isn't just about being noticed, it's about being remembered and trusted. So, if your market feels crowded, don't let that discourage you. Instead, use it as an opportunity to create something truly unforgettable.